Hi, Joe. Thanks for taking the time today. The first question I have for you is, can you tell a little bit about yourself?
Hi, Emily. I'm Joe Francisco. I'm also overseeing partnerships, marketing for the league. So I'm also a mom. I'm a working mom. So yeah, I have a 20-month-old son.
Growing up, did you have a particular framework in mind for how you would approach having a family and a successful career?
Family comes first. I know that for some that would some would find it like a cliche, but it's true. That's the overarching idea. That framework in mind essentially encompasses how I think or feel about everything I do. Growing up, actually, I saw how my mom did it all. She was a single parent. She worked really hard, night and day, and built an enterprise from ground up. So she was incredibly driven and ambitious woman. And but she made sure our storytelling contests, our quiz bees, our school plays, our graduations, birthdays took precedence over meetings and business trips. So yeah, that's my framework in mind. One step at a time, but family comes first.
Now that you have your 20-month-old, how do you think things played out relative to your framework?
I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. No, I'd say things played out really well. I mean, I got lucky. I would say I got lucky. I met the love of my life at 16, 17. My husband is my rock. He's my life partner, my biggest support system. We have a son. He's 20 months old and he's a handful. Oh my god, he's like a unlimited he's like a ball of energy, unlimited source of energy. He's really a handful. But so yeah, I mean, career wise, I started as a training and organizational development specialist. Then I jumped on the opportunity to become a cabin crew for Qatar Airways for nearly half a decade. And now I'm heading properties, as mentioned earlier, and I oversee marketing and partnerships for Asia's pioneering basketball league. So my husband, he inspires and motivates me. He believes in me and he believes that I can conquer both worlds. Yeah, so much, yeah, so much pressure.
When was the first time you felt the tug between family goals and career goals?
I don't really remember the first time, but I'd say I'd constantly find myself at the crossroads. The time when I felt the tug between the family goals and career goals constantly every day. I mean, I'm a working mom. I work in a very stressful environment. It's a male dominated environment. Choosing between spending the time with my son and attending meetings or preparing for board meetings, for example, onboarding clients, something like that. And not to mention my work is 7 days a week. On weekends we have work on weekends. On holidays we have work on holidays. So it's yeah, I'd say the tug is there. It's constantly.
What's your best advice about being ambitious for someone who wants to be both a career mom and a career woman and a working mom?
Um, my advice is to just do it. Do it. Go for it. If if you think you're not compromising your values, if you think you're doing something your kids are going to be proud of, your future son, your future daughter will be proud of, do it. Because I mean, once you put your mind into it, you will succeed one step at a time, but families first.
And what's one thing you wish you knew earlier on?
How valuable sleep is. How valuable sleep is. How valuable me time is. No, kidding. Um I think earlier on, I think it would have been better also for myself if I wasn't really idealistic. Be realistic. I mean, basically that's what I'm trying to say. Be realistic. You have a plan in place. Not all the time the plans pan out the way you want them, but it's okay. Look out for side plans. That's what I call it. Sometimes you're trying to sometimes you want to do something and you thought you're doing the right thing, and then something unfortunate happens. Look out for the side plans, because more often than not, there's a reason behind it. There's a reason why things didn't happen the way you wanted, and maybe because something better is waiting for you. So always look out for the side plans. That's what I call it.
And what's one change you would like to see in the world, whether it's corporate policies or legislation for working moms?
Um, well, first and foremost, I'd like just have to put it out there. Women are really multitaskers. We're really good at it. Balancing the balance between family and career, it's not easy, but we do it. It would be good for women, for working moms, if we could have a little bit more flexibility in the workplace. I'm not saying now we should there should be like a special treatment, but a little bit more consideration in terms of the working hours, or for example, the schedules, the schedule, especially for postpartum moms, because it's I mean I'm a first time mom, and I experienced for the first time. Um, it's not it's not a bed of roses. Definitely the sleepless nights, and especially like a few months after giving birth. I think that would be very much appreciated by working moms if they could have a few more like longer days off. Yeah.
Is there a parenting story you want to share?
I have a funny one, really. It's very it's embarrassing and a funny one, because my son is used to me attending meetings, Zoom meetings, since the pandemic happened. So I was renewing this one stats data company I was trying to onboard, or sorry, I was trying to renew, and he was just sitting in my lap, like my business partners were like very understanding. Oh, he's so cute, he's so behaved, like the youngest member of the of the TBA, youngest employee. And then just it just happened, like just a trajectory from his mouth to my face. He puked. I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe I was like trying to think, oh, maybe I was trying to. I was maybe I played. Maybe we played too much before the meeting. That's one story. The other story, maybe I think I can get it from my mom. Not really a story, more on like the advice. Um, because my mom, I mean, my mom is my inspiration. It's an inspiration. She passed away in 2018, and then I don't know how she did it, but she never slapped us, she never spanked us, she never. It was just it was just that gesture. One, two, three. She would look at us, and then she'd tell us, if I count to three, don't let me reach three. You have to be here. For some reason, it worked for us. I don't know how she did it, but yeah, I mean, um, it was yeah, that's what I'm trying to do for my son. I mean, he's a handful, but I'm trying to be very very patient, not really like resort to all the yelling, all the shouting. I know it's very stressful for working moms sometimes, but yeah.